What if I told you everything you've done until now was just the tutorial? That school, your job, your habits, even your dreams were all programmed. And the worst part? You've been playing on easy mode while someone else held the controller. But deep down, you already knew that, didn't you? Because there's a voice inside you, quiet but constant, whispering, you were meant for more. That voice, that's the real you, the player. And once you hear it, you can't unhear it. So let's start with the truth. Life is a video game, a real one. You were born into it, dropped into a map, given default settings. But now, it's time to play your game. To design your quest, level up your skills, defeat the bosses, and win. Welcome to Life is a Game, and here's how to win. Chapter 1, Limbo Mode, the invisible prison. Most people are stuck in a loop. Wake up, scroll, work, numb out, sleep, repeat. They're busy, but not alive. Tired, but not fulfilled. Moving, but not growing. They're not lazy, they're lost. They're stuck in what I call Limbo Mode. It's the default setting. No direction, no danger, no meaning. You're alive, but not really playing. And you know it. You can feel it in the silence between distractions, in the guilt after every scroll, in that sinking sense that time is slipping, and you're just watching it go. But here's the good news. Every great game begins in limbo. The question is, will you stay there, or will you break out? Chapter 2. Breaking out starts with vision. To escape limbo, you don't need motivation. You need direction. Because in this game, direction is power. Clarity is your compass. Without it, you'll spend your entire life completing side quests, achievements that look impressive on paper but leave you hollow inside. So ask yourself, what game do I actually want to play? Not what your parents wanted, not what society expects, not what your ego craves, what you want. Do you want to build a $10,000 a month business? Do you want to transform your body? Do you want to master a skill, build a movement, travel the world? There's no wrong answer, only a dangerous one. I don't know. Because when you don't choose a quest, the world assigns one to you, usually one designed to keep you small. So pick something even if it's blurry, because blurry vision beats perfect limbo every single time. Chapter 3. How the real game works. Once you choose your quest, everything changes. You stop drifting. You start playing. Because now you can see the mechanics of the game. Action earns XP, not thought. Reps build levels, not birthdays. Bosses appear as fear, resistance, discomfort. Loot comes after risk, not before. The only thing that moves the story forward is you. Most people don't see the code. They think life is random, that effort doesn't matter, that luck decides who wins. But here's the secret. The game is rigged in your favor the moment you start playing it consciously. When you move, you evolve. When you stretch, you level up. When you take uncomfortable action, you unlock new gear. The game rewards courage every single time. Chapter 4. Overwriting your default quest. But here's the catch. Most people think they're chasing success, but their actions say otherwise. They say, I want freedom, but their behavior says, I want safety. They say, I want greatness, but deep down they're optimizing for comfort, control, approval. And here's why. We all start with a default quest installed by society. Avoid pain, fit in, don't fail, don't stand out, don't dream too big. And unless you consciously overwrite that programming, it will run your entire life. So look at your patterns. Really look. What are you avoiding? What keeps getting delayed? What dream are you always almost starting? That's your programming. And now it's time to change it. Replace it with a new prime directive, a rule that you choose. Like, I only gain XP by doing hard things. I don't chase comfort, I chase clarity. I don't wait to feel ready, I act until I become it. My only job is to move forward. Choose your new code, install it, and watch how fast the game shifts in your favor. Chapter 5. Designing your game board. The difference between the average player and the elite one? Structure. Every pro has a system, because without a game board, you wander. So let's build yours. Step 1, choose your main quest. 12 months. Make it big. Make it specific. Make it yours. $10,000 a month. 10,000 subscribers. 15% body fat. Whatever matters. Step 2, break it into monthly missions. Divide the big goal into 12 checkpoints. You're not climbing Everest tomorrow, you're reaching base camp. Step 3, weekly objectives. Each week, ask, what would make this a win? Keep it tight, clear, trackable. Step 4, daily quests. This is where the magic happens. The boring, repeatable, game-changing moves. Think of it like this. Every day, you either gain XP, lose XP, or stay exactly the same. There is no neutral day. Once you see that, every day becomes a decision. Do I move forward or fall behind? Chapter 6. The tutorial phase never ends. You know what stops most people? They think they're supposed to feel ready. They think real players don't feel fear or doubt or confusion. Wrong. The best players are always running a tutorial. New skill? Tutorial. New level? Tutorial. New identity? Tutorial. If it feels awkward, you're doing it right. You don't graduate from discomfort, you get stronger inside it. So here's your new mantra. I start messy, I learn fast, I evolve constantly. There is no perfect launch, there is only now. Hit record, send the pitch, go to the gym, write the first sentence. That's how you gain XP. Not by watching other players, but by playing in real time. Chapter 7. Stacking daily XP. This is the most underrated mechanic in the whole game. Not the big wins, not the viral moment, not the six-figure day. The reps. The small, boring, consistent reps. That's what builds your level. That's what grows your stats. That's what rewires your identity. So, track your quests. Cold DMs sent equals XP. Gym sessions logged equals XP. Deep work hours equals XP. Pages read equals XP. Scripts written equals XP. Make it visual. Gamify it. If it's not measured, it's forgotten. If it's tracked, it compounds. And as the days stack, so does your power. Until one day you look around and realize you're not who you used to be. You're faster, smarter, sharper, stronger. You didn't get here by accident. You built this version of yourself. One daily quest at a time. Now, you've chosen your quest. You've escaped limbo. You've started showing up daily, stacking XP, rewriting your code, and leveling up piece by piece. And now the game changes. The moment you stop drifting and start directing, the world begins to respond. But it doesn't get easier, it gets deeper. This is where the real game begins. Chapter 8. Rising difficulty by design. Every powerful player hits this point. You start strong, momentum builds, and then suddenly, resistance. The weight feels heavier, the distractions louder, the fears sharper. But don't be fooled. That's not failure. That's leveling up. Because every game worth playing has difficulty scaling. If the game stayed easy, you'd get bored. If it was too hard from the start, you'd quit. That's why the most powerful strategy isn't hustle, it's progressive overload. The art of making life just hard enough. Not too easy, not too much. Just enough pressure to trigger growth. You don't run a marathon on day 1. You run 1 block, then 2, then 10. Same with business, same with content, same with confidence. Each week, a little more. Each month, a little sharper. Each year, unrecognizable. Small discomforts create massive transformations. Chapter 9. Facing the bosses within. As you rise through the levels, you'll meet enemies. But they're not out there. They're inside. The voice that whispers, "What if I fail?" The fear of judgment before you hit publish. The self-doubt that shows up when you start charging more. The shame that tells you you're not enough. The comfort that begs you to quit. These are your real boss fights. They don't roar, they don't chase you. They wait, quietly, right at the edge of your next breakthrough. You can't skip them. You can't fake your way past them. You must face them. So how do you win? You expose them. You name the fear. You trace the pattern. You move anyway. Because here's the magic. Every time you walk into discomfort, your character evolves. Your fear shrinks. Your proof builds. And the next time that boss shows up, it's just a mini boss. Chapter 10. Deepening your skill tree. Once you defeat your first few bosses, something unlocks. Clarity. And with clarity comes specialization. This is where your skill tree appears. No one sees it at the start, but now you've earned the right to choose. Want to become a master content creator? Focus, storytelling, scripting, retention, editing, brand voice. Want to build a lean, automated agency? Focus, offer design, systems, delegation, sales. Want to dominate fitness? Focus on nutrition, sleep, progressive overload, identity rewiring. Pick your tree, go deep. Because the truth is, you don't need 10 skills. You need 1 mastered skill stacked relentlessly. And every time you invest in it, every rep, every tutorial, every repetition, you evolve. Mastery isn't a finish line, it's a lifestyle. Chapter 11. Equip your power-ups. This game isn't solo. Yes, the growth is personal, but the power-ups, they come from beyond you. So start collecting them. Mentors, people who've already beaten the level you're stuck on. Pay them, learn from them. Collapse years into weeks. Books, compressed wisdom, infinite worlds for $10. Read daily, study deeply. Tools, use leverage, AI, automations, templates, systems, anything that lets you do more with less. Rituals, your habits are your armor. Sleep, walks, stillness, cold showers, deep work blocks. They aren't just productivity tricks, they're stat boosts. Allies, join guilds, surround yourself with other players, people who remind you you're not alone, you're not crazy, you're just early. Because isolation slows growth, but aligned community, that's a multiplier. Chapter 12. The final boss is time. Every game has a final boss. This one is silent, invisible, relentless. Time. You don't know how much you have, you don't get to restart, you don't get to replay the best days. The timer is ticking, and it's not here to scare you, it's here to wake you up. Because most people play life like they'll live forever. They waste months debating the first step. They burn years following a path they hate. They stall, they scroll, they spectate, until one day, the game ends. No warning, no reset, just the cold realization that you never really played. Don't let that be your story. You still have time, but not that much. So whatever you're waiting for, stop. The conditions will never be perfect. That's what makes this game beautiful. The clock gives your moves meaning. Make them count. Chapter 13, Choose Your Class. Every great player chooses a class. Now it's your turn. Warrior. You're the executor. You build discipline like armor. You take action without excuses. You don't flinch when it gets hard. You lean in. Mage. You're the thinker, the strategist, the storyteller. You learn fast, connect dots, and create magic with words, code, and vision. Rogue. You're the builder. You chase leverage, money, systems. You break rules and rebuild better ones. You multiply what others settle for. Healer. You're the heart. You build relationships. You bring peace. You elevate others and build community like a quiet superpower. No class is better, but one of them is calling to you. So choose, because clarity creates power. And your class? It shapes your path, your allies, your challenges, your style of winning. Pick it, embrace it, master it, then move. Final message, press start. You were not born to be an NPC. You weren't meant to blend in, follow scripts, and chase fake goals. You were born to play, to fight, to fall, to rise, to win. You've got the controller, you've got the vision, you've got the tools, and now you've got no excuse. There are no tutorials left, no more planning, no more someday. It's time. Press start.